Hello. Welcome to part 198 of our Minecraft series. Bedrock Edition. Bedrock Survival Vanilla Edition. Ciao. Anyways. Yes, previously. Hi. Oh yeah, what I wanted to do, yes. So previously I added this beautiful farm, which I love, because it adds even more interest and variation in the space, the way I worked the inside of how the farm, the wheat farm works, rather. Anyways, child, finish your sentences. I added a wheat farm previously, and it cascades from here to there in a way that does not disrupt this view or this field at all, and in fact complements the layout nicely, and it's very functional, and we love that. Hold on, I'm just checking my chart level. La la la. Oh. So I'll show you briefly. Fences here, obviously, to village proof it. So isn't this nice? See what I mean? How it complements the fields. It's pretty innocuous. Now, if I had boxed this out and turned that into the tree farm, instead of using a naturally occurring large space by the harbor, it would have thrown everything off. This is a very nice use of space. It's low profile here. Handsome and low profile. And from below, I had it converge on these stairs, on this landing here in a nice way. And from below, I added a really pretty aesthetic. Isn't that so pretty? It's so pretty. So handsome. But I am going to modify it slightly. Although it is beautiful, the way it is, I feel a little vulnerable out here at night, naturally, because we're not elevated. Not as much. I chose the positions that they're in for a very specific reason. It was to maintain separation between man-made soil, or soil placed by man, and soil naturally occurring on the terrain, because I didn't want to forget which was which. So each layer here is separated from the terrain by one block, or by basically wood slabs. But anyways, I feel vulnerable here. So what I do want to do is, I might have enough to do this right now, actually. Replace this, although it's very nice and low profile and ideal. Replace this with trapdoors. And this will insulate us completely. Whoops. It'll kill the sightline. Offer us a little bit more protection out here, you know? It looks weaker, ironically, but it's a solid layer. It'll function exactly the same way as a fence. How does that look? I'm not against it. I thought it would be major ugly, but I'm not against it. I would prefer the fence for purposes of contrast, but it's alright. This is not bad. So previously, my thinking was to just use a little oak slab here to minimize the height, but in this case, because it will be equal, I will do it like that, and that's a lot more handsome. Yeah. Yeah. I am gonna want to get some more wood. Well, maybe I can make up the difference now with the... Certainly not. Probably not. Right. Yeah. Definitely wanted to do this before nightfall. Ideally, I would like my villagers to be able to come out here. Actually, I would not want them to, because God knows they screw up every farm. So no thanks, actually. But let's say, for some reason, I wanted them to. I want to have the option of letting them out here, you know? I don't want it to be, like, inhabitable. Nice. No, I keep doing that. No, man. Ouch. Oh, that hurts. When you dislodge seeds. This is a lot more comfortable. You'll really be able to appreciate how much more comfortable this is. Comfortable. At night. This is a lot better. I will go ahead and, oh, I need some tree real quick. I need some tree. And I can get some tree very easily from my beautiful indoor farm. I will get several tree. Gorgeous. Cats are fighting outside. Alright. Very nice. This is very, very handsome. I'm fine with it being open over here because we're sort of a little bit more sheltered over here. But we really needed to kill the sightlines over here. It's gonna make a huge difference. Oh, and what's nice is I can actually use these for torches. That's nice. Let me see what this looks like from afar. It still looks very nice. It still looks very nice. It's not too dominating of a presence. Still nice contrast going on here. It's very handsome. I almost like it better. I don't think I can... I think I will put that there. I feel so much safer having replaced the fences. The fences are fine over here and fine over there. But this is this is like Broadway right here at night with the spawning. This is like Broadway. I really needed cover over there. I'll back up the game quick. One moment. Sorry. I'm back. Oh my gosh, I love my functional home with complete with tree farm, and wheat farm. Hello, and it's not ugly. Hello, we love. Yes, I do resent you all for not making me famous when I can build like this fucking in vanilla PS4 Minecraft. I do resent you all. Yes. Well, yes. I do. And you should make peace with that because you deserve it. Well, anyway. I don't want to get blown up. Let's go here. Oops. You see how much safer it is? Lots of nasties over there. Can they see me through here? No, they can't. So this game low-key is just really stupid because I distinctly remember when I was over yonder, they could see through the trapdoors. Now they can't. So do you see how much safer it is now? Huge difference. It was borderline not even doable before because they were all crowding around the rim. It was nauseating. It's far from completely safe, but it's a lot safer. I'm not willing to raise the wall anymore though. That would look ugly. That would look a little overpowering. This is fine, just the way it is. Minimum safety limits met. Acceptable limits of safety. Danger within acceptable limits. It's so pretty over here. I really do love how I use this whole space. Monsters nearby. Okay, then I'll go upstairs. Now that I have a good amount of progress in on the house, I am gonna go ahead and shift some of my focus to populating the house. Rude. Oh. Rude. So guys, I can give you bread, and you can give me wish upon a star, la 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 la. Sorry, not the Polar Express. I started thinking of that because the melody was vaguely reminiscent. Oh God. I have to say, my childhood was special. Everyone will say that about their own childhood. Yes, that is invariable. However, we were on the cusp of a very, very, very abrupt technological shift. And people nowadays grew up off of what I grew up on because they didn't have much to grow off of these days. Grow up off of. Well, do your thing, guys. Maybe down here I can add another bedroom. Maybe? I don't know where it would be. I suppose I could add just a couple rooms right here if I really wanted to. It would take away from the feeling of this room. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Ideally, they should just go upstairs. Also, I keep forgetting I have resident Fletchers now. And I love that I put them in this big foyer, this ornate foyer. Because that's what they are. They're ornate. And they should be treated as such. Do we have a farmer? We don't yet. Whoa. 1 second. I'm just getting some crackers. Sorry. Had to have some crackers. I don't have my crackers. Couple crackers at night, just a few for my tummy. My stomach feels sour. Cue clip of Sue in The Substance freaking out because she does not have her sustenance that keeps her body stable. That's funny. That is never going to grow. Let me see what the wandering salesman has. The watering trader. The traveling trader. Traitor! Man, that was such a marvelous accomplishment over there. Foiled by the game not being able to handle the entity load. Where's that wandering trader? Let me check on my Adam and Eve villagers. Yeah, I wouldn't expect them to go anywhere. I really should have the most valuable villagers be the Adam and Eve villagers, because I know they'll never die. Rather than them belonging to the general population where there could be a mass infection event at any time. That's okay. Excuse me. I know when I start gazing out onto the sea with my architectural accolades that I am running out of things to do. No, you may not leave. You're crazy for that. Literally so ungrateful. Them too. They're like, oh, we can go? So ungrateful. Literally, get with it. Look at this beautiful kitchen that you have. Yeah. I don't know what to do. I cannot believe before this space was just an internal valley of trees. Horrible. That didn't even grow right because they didn't have the space and they didn't have the isolation. And this garden was in the basement. The garden in the basement wasn't that much of a stretch. certainly not as much as the trees planted in the basement were. But yeah, I'm glad to have regained this space here. I love how I turned this into a bridge. So cute, so cute. I'm just thinking. I've never slept in here before. Cute. I'm literally just walking around. This is walking simulator. I'm trying to figure out something to do. I don't want to end the stream too early. Oh, right. Okay. This part. I could use this space in a variety of different ways, honestly. I don't know just yet. Oh, right. Something I did want to establish was the Adam and Eve quarters. I think it would be perfectly acceptable for my Adam and Eve room to be just right up here. Because it feels pretty small in here. And it's isolated enough for it to make sense to me. So I will designate this as the Adam and Eve room. And I can just put the job blocks right across the bed, since they would be able to hop on them here. Easy enough. Oh, cute. Actually, I could put like a dresser type thing here. It'll look cute. I know I just said before I want to get into the habit of giving them more valuable jobs and working them up, advancing them, so that I know that valuable personnel can never die, but whatever. At any rate, that'll definitely be my Adam and Eve space. I cannot believe earlier this year I was cutting down super trees in the middle of a meadow. No thanks. Here, B. Why don't you go? Why don't you go? You can go free, okay? It's making me sad. Go. Go, buddy. Go. There you go. I just need 3 of these. I could do bookcases too. I don't need to do all that. So this allows me to officially make the room, officially meet the conditions of an Adam and Eve space. Isn't this cute? A little dresser here. You see what I mean? I had the vision. I had the vision. Cute. I have no idea how I'll get villagers up here, even though it's quite linear, because this house is well designed. I have no idea how I'm gonna really get them up here. It seems like a drag that I will deal with later. I'm content with my progress for now. And I will be on later. Good night.